Over the past 6 years, more than half a dozen innocent Americans have, without warning, been wrongfully detained, kidnapped, accused of crimes, beaten, tortured, and imprisoned by the Nicaraguan National Police. Jason Puracal from Seattle is a recent victim to fall prey to the Nicaraguan justice system that has gone awry. Jason Puracal has lived in Nicaragua since 2002 when he came to serve with the Peace Corps and remained in Nicaragua and married Scarlett Flores Puracal, a Nicaraguan woman with whom he has a 4-year-old son. Jason worked in Nicaragua as a real estate broker and owner of RE/MAX franchise in the small beach community of San Juan del Sur. San Juan del Sur was also setting for last fall's Survivor Nicaragua. He has been a model resident of the country, contributing to the community and the people he loved, and was even previously featured on HGTV's hit reality series House Hunters International.
Helping John and Marianne is local real estate agent Jason Puracal.
So here's your terrace from the master bedroom.
Great, thank you. Wow.
The view is fantastic. It goes all the way along the beach, all the way to Costa Rica.
All this tranquility came to an end when on a terror-filled day of November 11, 2010, the Nicaraguan police arrested Jason without cause or warning. With no search warrant, the police with hoods and automatic weapons searched the family's home and business and seized all the computers, phones, and files. Jason was taken to a maximum security prison outside Managua. He was beaten while in transit and denied food, water, and access to his attorney. He has not yet been allowed bail and remains in prison since the day he was illegally taken into custody. The prosecutors charged Jason with international drug trafficking, money laundering, and organized crime. With absolutely no evidence to support these or any other charges of wrongdoing, the judge granted the prosecutor an extension of time in which to come up with some evidence, any evidence to support the charges.
Charging me with international drug trafficking with no drugs, with money laundering with no money, and with organized crime with 10 people that I've never met before. And there's no evidence in anything.
The extension was granted, which was in complete violation of the Nicaraguan Constitutional Code. At an evidentiary hearing, the prosecutor was still unable to present any evidence to support the charges against Jason. Meanwhile, Jason remains in prison in dire, unlivable conditions of filth and squalor as he awaits trial. If convicted, Jason could face up to 30 years in prison. His family's cry is one of desperation and call to action.
He was beaten in the back of the head with a revolver. They've denied him medical care. He was denied food and water for just days at a time.
The Puracal family has enlisted the help of Congressman Adam Smith.
United States Representative Adam Smith says everything about this case is wrong.
They presented no evidence of the crimes here. They've simply, in essence, kidnapped Jason and held him for a period of time. And that is not in compliance with international law. It's not even in compliance with Nicaraguan law.
Even a former FBI agent says the information that got him locked up is a lie.
I have no idea why Jason is in jail right now.
Charges former FBI agent Steve Moore now claims are trumped up.
It is certainly not based on any credible evidence.
Moore heard about Jason's case a month ago and decided to review it on his own.
I kept going through page after page, wondering when I would find the thing.
Nicaraguan authorities say Puracal transferred large amounts of money between several bank accounts. Evidence, they say, he is a drug trafficker.
Or he might be a real estate broker, which he was. This guy needs some help from the American government.
Nicaraguan prosecutors also claim the DEA tipped them off about Jason. However, the problem solvers obtained this letter from the Justice Department that says the DEA is not involved one bit.
His trial date is scheduled for August 9th. That's coming up really quickly.
If he's convicted, he could spend the next 3 decades inside a dark, cramped cell thousands of miles away, and Janice may never see him again.
I'm not going to let my brother sit and rot in prison for 30 years, especially in a Nicaraguan prison. His skin just looks sunken and hollow.
Meanwhile, Janice says her brother is wasting away behind bars. Just take a look at these before and after photos.
He's probably about 40 pounds lighter.
He is very, very, very skinny.
After Jason's arrest, his wife fled Nicaragua with their son Jabu. She tells me Jason's been confined to a dark, cramped cell since November, awaiting trial. She says little Jabu needs his daddy to come home soon.
My son has Down syndrome, so I know that he's going to have a tough life ahead of him. He has to have peace in his heart to be able to endure whatever life throws at him. To be able to survive, you have to have a Buddhist mentality that accepts what life brings you, be content with what you have, and just it allows you to look at the positive things in the moment so that you can appreciate that you are still alive.
Your life's on hold because every day all you think about is, is Jason going to die today?
Not only is Jason's health rapidly depleting, but his safety may be in jeopardy too. A recent rash of inmate violence, including the murder of a drug trafficker. The murder was committed just one cell block away from Puracal's by an inmate with a 9mm pistol that was smuggled into the prison.
Since the other prisoner that was in the cell below my cell being killed on the way back from a family visit, going back to his cell, basically proved the ineptness of the guards and the police system. It's just a big circus the way that things are run.
I am very awed at how he has been holding up under such horrendous conditions.
And she says so far the State Department will not step in to help. They won't even return her calls.
I just want to be with my wife and son. That's my hope right there. That's what keeps me going. I just want to be with them. And that's what our whole dream was just to be able to be a family together. And so that's the hardest part of being in here, is being separated from them. And that's the hope that I have every day, is that one day I'll be able to be reunited with them.